This is the Dick B channel on YouTube, covering the history of Alcoholics Anonymous and the Christian recovery movement. My name is Dick B, and I'm an active recovered member of the Fellowship of Alcoholics Anonymous. A special conference announcement video. The North American Christian Recovery Summit, September 24th, 2011. This is a special conference announcement video of the Dick B channel on YouTube. The subject was to have been a continued discussion of the Christian upbringing of AA co-founders Bill W. and Dr. Bob as youngsters in Vermont. But we interrupt the series to tell you about the first North American Summit of the International Christian Recovery Coalition at Golden Hills Community Church in Brentwood, California, on Saturday, September 24th, 2011. This is the first major summit meeting of Christian leaders and workers in the recovery arena, newcomers, and the public, since the coalition was formed in July 2009, just following the conference at Mariners Church Community Center in Irvine, California in May of 2009. The summit is free. No registration is required. The public is invited, and it will be the first gathering of Christian leaders and workers in the recovery arena of newcomers and of the public, where we will be hearing, number one, how Christian recovery has been moving, number two, how it is incorporating the old school Akron AA and Cleveland AA fellowship programs, and number three, what leaders are doing now and suggest for steps forward. If you are one of those who wants, number one, to stay in existing 12-step and other recovery programs, two, to stress the role that God, His Son, Jesus Christ, and the Bible have played in the recovery movement, and three, to apply those old school AA principles in recovery today, then this is a great opportunity you will not want to miss. We here present the program of the North American Summit of the International Christian Recovery Coalition on September 24th, 2011 at Golden Hills Community Church in Brentwood, California, as it has tentatively been arranged. The theme is using principles of the Akron-Cleveland Christian Recovery Model to enhance substantially today's Christian recovery efforts. The Northern California meeting program schedule is as follows. Friday evening, September 23rd, 2011. Possible pre-conference workshop meeting with International Christian Recovery Coalition participants who arrived in time to be available on Friday evening. We expect to announce the place and time soon. Saturday, September 24th at 9 a.m., the North American Summit Conference meeting of the International Recovery Coalition, meeting number one in Brentwood, California. There is no admission fee or registration required. Be early for the best seats. There will be pre-meeting music, exhibit tables, and hospitality available. Commencing prayer, and then a welcome by Matt Pierce, pastor of Recovery Ministry, Golden Hills Community Church. Then the theme presentation by Dick B., Executive Director of the International Christian Recovery Coalition. His topic, Christian Recovery Resource Center and Persons Worldwide on the Move. Learning about the astonishing success of the original Akron AA Christian Fellowship Program and how to apply its principles and practices today. How the early Cleveland AA program built upon the original Akron program and set the stage for Christian recovery opportunities today. Then there'll be a break and music, and then a vision presentation by Ken B. The topic, the International Christian Recovery Coalition and Christian Recovery Resource Centers and Persons, supplying critically important missing pieces in modern Christian recovery efforts. Then there'll be a lunch break. And then the featured Christian recovered speaker, Don Hall of Colfax, California. There'll be a break and exhibit tables, and then the first of two panels. The first panel is David Sadler, Christian recovery leader serving Golden Hills Community Church, Brentwood, California. Dale Marsh, recovery pastor, Oroville Church of the Nazarene, Oroville, California. Wade Hess, training director, City Team Ministries, San Jose, California. Dominic de Blasio, Turning Point Recovery Ministry, Cornerstone Fellowship, Livermore Campus, Livermore, California. Jeff A. Holt, Men's Recovery Fellowship, Auburn Church of the Nazarene, Auburn, California. Then a break and music, and then panel 2. John Barton, AA historian and writer from Orange, New Jersey. Karen A. Plavin, Ph.D., professor of counseling and chemical dependency, director of the Oasis Center in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Wayne White, certified substance counselor, president and CEO, Footprints Alcoholics Victorious, Kansas City, Missouri. Roger McDermott, International Christian Recovery Coalition Speakers Bureau, Huntington Beach, California. And Bill Boyles, president, One Way Out Ministries, Wyoming, Delaware. And there'll be a dinner break and then a talk on International Christian Recovery Coalition Future Plans by Dick B. and Ken B., a Christian music concert, and a closing prayer. Our conference reward for those who want God's help and can learn the facts. The last 21 plus years of research and learning about the real old-time AA of 1935 and 1940 in Akron and Cleveland and how it developed has produced a rich treasure of facts about how the early AAs achieved astonishing success. The simple 7-point program outlined by Frank Amos on page 131 of the AA General Service Conference approved book, Dr. Bob and the Good Old Timers, acquainted early AAs with their problem and defeat due to alcoholism. It then stressed surrender to God by coming to Him through Jesus Christ and obeying God's will. It encouraged spiritual growth through prayer meetings, Bible study, quiet time, reading religious literature, and it encouraged early AAs to focus on love and service to others in need. By learning these simple facts and how the Akron approach was further refined in Cleveland AA, beginning in May of 1939, those in recovery need no longer, number one, wallow in the talk of nonsense higher power gods that abounds in today's recovery scene. Number two, try to fathom the mystical spirituality, which is little understood and poorly articulated by those who advocate it. And number three, fruitlessly rely on meetings and group strength to get well, rather than believing that God could and would relieve them if He were sought. Early AA principles and practices are being used by the few that know them in today's 12-step and Christian recovery fellowships, and these principles and practices appear to hold great promise of making possible successful recovery today, similar to that achieved by earlier Christian recovery pioneers. This special conference announcement video has covered the North American Summit of International Christian Recovery Coalition. We hope you will attend on Saturday, September 24th at Golden Hills Community Church in Brentwood, California. The next program, our 16th, will cover the remaining two Christian evangelists of importance, F.B. Meyer and Billy Sunday, that impacted on the Christian upbringing of AA's co-founders as youngsters in Vermont. I close by giving you pictures of 3 of my books, which more fully detail the facts about the old school AA programs in Akron and Cleveland in the late 1930s. The first is the Akron genesis of Alcoholics Anonymous. The second is the James Club and the original AA program's Absolute Essentials. And the third is real 12-step fellowship history.